So here we are, chapter 4, part 1, the family reunion. So over in Temple Hills, Maryland, there's this beautiful couple who goes by the name of Lil Kenny, alongside his pregnant girlfriend, Denham. They're in the house preparing to go to his grandmother homegoing service. As they walk towards the front door to head to the car to get in to drive to the church where the funeral service is being held at, before they can exit the door, Denham, being behind Lil Kenny, grabs him by his wrist, slowly turned him around and said, "Baby, do you have the car keys?" He reaches in his pocket, he grabbed the keys and says, "They're right here." So while staring at Lil Kenny, Denham can see that he's a little worried. So she then take her right hand and stroke his face and said, "Baby, it's gonna be okay. And whatever happens, I'm gonna be right beside you, and I got your back." He then grabs her hand and says, "Thank you, baby." And they both exit the door, get in the car, and head to the church. As they pulled up to the church, the parking lot was completely full. They doubled around 2 times and they still couldn't find a parking spot. So they seen that it was a parking spot in the handicap spot. So they decided to take that without having a handicap sticker on the tags or the window. They didn't care, they just wanted to get in the church. Lil Kenny then backed into the parking spot, put the car in park, turned the key off, took his seatbelt off, and took a deep breath while staring out the window. Because walking past their car, from their car to the stairs of the church, was Lachelle and Big Kenny. Now mind you, Lil Kenny don't have a problem with Big Kenny, it's Lachelle, his mother, he haven't talked to nor seen, so he have to mentally prepare himself for their encounter. So Denham noticed that Lil Kenny sees his mother and father walking towards the church. So she gently placed her left hand on his knee and remind him in a soft, whispery voice, "I got you, baby." Now, as little Kenny and Denham sit in the car watching Big Kenny and Lachelle walk towards the stairs of the church to enter for service, Denham noticed this elderly woman standing at the top of the stairs staring in their car. About 5'2" and a half, with these broad shoulders shaped like Wheezy Jefferson and a hairstyle like Coretta Scott King. She was just staring. So Denham looks at Lil Kenny and say, "Why that woman staring at us?" And Lil Kenny look at Denham and say, "Because we in this parking spot." And Denham goes to say, "Is it her?" And Kenny replied by saying, "No, it's the handicaps." And Denham say, "Should we move?" And Lil Kenny replied by saying, "No, because it ain't no more spots and we about to go in the church. Come on, baby." And they get out the car, walking towards the church, approaches the stairs, walk up the stairs and greet the lady. She went from looking at them serious to a smile. "Welcome to Missionary Baptist Church." So Lil Kenny just go right into it so it wouldn't be no confrontation. "Ma'am, I'm sorry that we parked in a handicapped spot, but it wasn't nowhere else to park and I had to get here because this is my grandmother's funeral." So she replied by saying, "Baby, baby, baby, it's okay. I know who you are. I'm just standing here monitoring the door and directing the guests to go sign the book. But you can go to the front and sit with the family." Denham replied, "Thank you so much." She looked at Denham and say, And they walked into the church. Kenny grabbed Denham by the hand and decided not to sit with the family. He sat in the back of the church. The only person that was up there sitting with the family was Lachelle, Big Kenny, and Aunt Cheryl. So the service is now over and everybody head down to the basement for the repast. Lil Kenny don't want to be there, but Denham convinced him to stay. So after everyone fellowship, well, not too much because people wasn't speaking to people, the day starts slowly turning into night. People begin to leave. So as Lil Kenny and Denham begin to exit the church, they were stopped by Aunt Cheryl. Aunt Cheryl waved them down. "Kenny, baby, Kenny, I want you to meet me and your grandmother's friend, Miss Maxine. She's the church secretary. It's because of her we had the service here for free. She did all of the programs, she did the food, she set everything up, and she also oversees the daycare here at the church." While hugging Lil Kenny and petting him on his back at the same time, she says, "No problem, baby. You be strong, and if you ever need anything, you come on down to the church and let me know." And Aunt Cheryl co-signs, "That's right, Kenny." Then Aunt Cheryl continued by saying, "Now go over there, baby, and talk to your mother." Now, before Aunt Cheryl could even finish what she's saying, Lachelle and Big Kenny are walking towards their way. Lachelle says, "Hey, everybody. Hey, Aunt Cheryl, how you doing?" Aunt Cheryl goes to Lachelle and says, "I want you to meet someone. This is Miss Maxine." And then Big Kenny says, "Son, what's up? You look so good." Hug and embrace his son. Hug Denham. And he said, "Y'all look so good. I'm glad to see y'all." So then after Lachelle finished the small talk with Miss Maxine and Aunt Cheryl, she squeezed out of that conversation and go over to her son, Lil Kenny, and say, "Son, can I talk to you for a minute?" And they walk to the side. Without saying a word, Lil Kenny walked to the side very nonchalant. Lachelle started off by saying, "I love you. I want you to know that. Lil Kenny just shook his head and made a sound effect of, She said, I know you might be upset with me. She said, but I still feel the way that I feel. She said, but I want you to know that I love you. I'm proud of you. You're a very responsible man, and you're handling your responsibilities. I respect you for that. But I would like for you to show me some respect. Call me sometimes. We might don't always agree, but we're still family, and I'm a mother that loves her son. Check on me. Lil Kenny said, check on me. Lachelle replied, I do, but you don't answer. She said, son, we all we got. Grandma's gone. I want to make sure you okay, because I can't lose you. She said, I already feel some type of way. Lil Kenny tried to cut her off, saying, I know, I already know. Lachelle cuts him off by saying, no, not just that. I already feel some type of way because you moved back here. It just don't feel right. But I understand Mama gave you the house, and you want to take care of what Mama gave you. But I want to make sure you take care of you, because I can't lose you. He said, Mom, what are you saying? Lachelle says, the energy here, it's not right. But I know you a man, and you got to experience your own journey. But I don't want to lose you. Lil Kenny say, Mama be all right. You ain't going to lose me. Lachelle replied by, okay. And you watch that girl. There's something about her. It's something about her. Lil Kenny say, Mom, that's my decision, my problems. Let me deal with that. Lachelle replied by saying, respect. Lil Kenny then replied by saying, that's all I asked for. Then Lachelle says, and that's what you would get from me. I love you, Lil Kenny. Lil Kenny kind of jumped back in surprise. Oh, you call me Lil Kenny? I love you too, Mom. And Lachelle walked away. As Lachelle was walking away, here comes Stacy and SJ, who was recently released from jail. SJ embraced his brother, and Stacy embraced Lachelle. What's going on, girl? I'm glad to see you, said Stacy. 2 seconds later, here come Tim with his girlfriend, Naylia. He was recently released from jail too. Bitch, everybody's out on parole. So as Lil Kenny is standing there with Denim by his side, wrapped her arm around his arm, her head is on his shoulder, the girl Naylia, who is Tim's girlfriend, looks at Lil Kenny and busts out crying. So Stacy being Stacy yells out, what the fuck just happened? Tim look at his girl and like, baby, you alright? Kenny moving his eyeballs around looking confused. Denim removes her head from Lil Kenny's shoulder and says, who is she? Miss Maxine, the secretary of the church, immediately go comfort her and walk her away from the crowd to get her some water, a fan, and some tissue. As they walking away, Lachelle look at Big Kenny and say, that was weird as fuck. Then Tim look at everybody and was like, damn, she was crying the whole time. She emotional as fuck, bruh. Y'all know she was cool with Miss Sabrina. She used to go visit Miss Sabrina all the time. And then Lachelle was like, oh, I ain't know what the fuck just happened. So Stacy being Stacy, she looked real familiar. How y'all meet, Tim? Aunt Cheryl jumped in. Timothy been messing with that little girl since they was in middle school. I done ran Naylia out of my house so many times. So Stacy says, oh, she from around here? So Tim says, yeah, she was just quiet. You know, I don't be fucking with no thoughts. Stacy sucks her teeth. Tim, please. As everybody start walking away from the circle, heading to the parking lot to get to their cars. As they walking out the church doors, heading down the church stairs, they notice these two dudes talking to each other leaned up against a black pickup truck, looking at them while having a conversation. With Stacy and SJ in the front, and Lachelle and Big Kenny behind them, Big Kenny leans over to his brother and say, who the fuck is them niggas? They look weird and out of place. SJ say, bro, I don't know them. Keep your hand on your shit. Big Kenny replied, man, I got my shit in my hand already.